Hi, I'm Hugo. I'm one of the co-founders at Startup Sherpas, and I wanted to create this video to give you a really brief overview of who Startup Sherpas are, why we exist, and what we offer, and to share with you our views of how that actually contributes to the UK economy and the UK's future. We are a social enterprise, and this is our mission. It's a generational impact that we're trying to achieve to create a whole generation of trained innovators who can solve the challenges like climate change, like social equality, the big, hairy challenges that our society faces. And we know that those are really incredibly hard innovations to actually make happen. To solve climate change requires systemic change, and we need to prepare our teenagers to participate in that. And that's what we do. That is our sole purpose. And when we talk about innovation, we're talking about teaching teenagers from the beginning of secondary school through to career how to bring their ideas to life in a really practical way, allowing them to be empowered to take whatever idea they have and to explore it in a structured, methodical and safe way so that they learn the process of innovation. What happens when they do that is actually they explore a huge array of careers, and we solve a second problem, which is the careers education tries to get teenagers to make decisions about their future when they have zero data to work from. We have a proven way to be able to allow them to explore a variety of career options, and that goes to some of the issues around the skills gap that we see between teenagers when we speak to them and businesses when we speak to them. And it all fundamentally links to what one of our advisors says, which is that our children, our teenagers can only aspire to the things they know exist. It's such a beautifully simple sentence that puts it all together. So the way that we do this is twofold. We have the UK's only paid work experience programme, earn to learn programme as we like to call it, called Super Squads. We get 100 diverse teenagers from across the UK to work on innovation challenges for our corporate sponsors. And what happens with that is that the teenagers love cash. Who knew? Teenagers love cash, a really simple insight. And it drives diversity. Kathy, my co-founder, has actually coined a new term in diversity of raise your hand diversity, because we found that we've been reaching teenagers with this programme that other programmes that are delivered through the school system simply don't get to. And what happens when they go on the Super Squad is they start to discover what they're interested in, or that they are interested in things that they didn't expect, that they have ideas in their heads. And we see a 5x increase of those students going on to our startup programme, as well as exploring careers in whichever area we've shown them. This is a really important part of changing work experience to fix the skills gap. Where we'd started, and our flagship programme is called 16 by 16, where we try and get teenagers earning £16,000 of their own revenue by the time they're 16. We think of it as a pension before they start work, flipping the head on the idea of what a pension is, which could help solve the pensions crisis. It can certainly reforest Britain with money trees, one of the things that we're really keen to do. And actually, underneath this programme is a personal development programme for teenagers where they discover their life's purpose, which we think goes to creating a happy population. This 16 by 16 programme has shown to work with school refusers, with NEETs, with students with SEND issues particularly well. And often those students who haven't engaged well with the school system respond immensely well to this programme. We've got some lovely stories we can share about that. The third thing we've done is that we have created an innovation curriculum for schools from year 7 through to year 11, which we see as the foundations, the bottom of the pyramid, that every student should be taught how to bring their ideas to life, because we've seen from students that we've worked with that it actually drives their academic success. We have a student, Rosie, from our first programme, who was actually about to get excluded from school and went back in focusing on maths and English because she learned why she needed to learn those subjects, that actually both of those were important to her. We believe that these three interventions together form programs that we can deliver at scale across the UK. We were designed from the start of our organisation to be a scale solution, to provide that solution to millions of young people. And we can share with you why we did that and how we do it. What this means for the UK, first and foremost, is that we can unlock a significant value to the UK economy. The teen economy we've calculated to be worth 36 billion, and that's currently tied up in Tory red tape. So we can actually unlock that. We have been unlocking parts of it, but there is much more to do. We talk about our work as not trickle-down economics, but trickle-up economics. And that's because we pay teenagers. Teenagers tend not to save their money in offshore or many onshore accounts. They tend to circulate it in the economy. And by feeding into the poorest communities in the UK, we believe we're actually able to start feeding into what could be a new economics for the UK. And we think it may well mirror some of your policies and ambitions for the UK's economy. And this, again, I think mirrors some of the relocalisation of our politics and our economics as a country. Reforesting Britain with Money Trees was an article that I wrote when we started Startup Sherpas, and it was my vision for 16 by 16 to be able to create many entrepreneurs who are making 16,000 of their own revenue in the places where they were born and where they grew up. And that some of those would be successful, and they would then provide jobs and opportunities for other people in that community who may not have managed to make £16,000 by the time they were 16. But we believe that that 16 by 16 opportunity for every young person across the UK gives them a way to safely explore how they can contribute to the economy in a way that is meaningful. I'm going to stop there. I wanted to give you a short overview of what we're doing and why we're excited to be speaking to you, and look forward to picking up the conversation. Cheers. Bye.